Not only is this a long gospel, it's a challenging one, like they all are. But this one in particular, because it is a story, and with every story we like to put ourselves in there. And 9 times out of 10, we like to be the hero, the protagonist, the one who is moving the story along, the one on the good side. And so to do so, to identify as such, means that we would have to identify with the blind person. But there are times in our lives where we are given the gift of sight, most of us, probably all of us, from the time we were born. It may not be perfect, it usually isn't. It usually takes months for a child's sight to develop. But eventually we gain some kind of sight. Whether it's perfect vision and we don't need glasses, or whether maybe as a baby we keep bumping into walls and we find out we need glasses later. But at some point we are given the gift of sight. And so we technically can't relate to this blind man. And I'll tell you why. Because this man born blind means that he was born without any concept of what it looks like to be human, without any concept of what shapes are. He is born without any concept of what is space, because all he sees is nothing. Darkness. The world is 2 dimensions. He is missing an entire reality of life. He has no concept of so many things. With us, we learn to know what things are by seeing them and asking our parents, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" Right? There's a phase in childhood where that's all a kid says. And the parent's like, "That's a fork. No, that's a spoon. Nope, put the spoon down. You need the fork. No, wrong one." There are times where family members come around and the kid says, "Dada." They're like, "No, that's your uncle. That's not your dad." And so we can distinguish, and our reality is formed from our sight. And so when we truly think about it, Jesus did not give this man just the ability to see. Right? Like how we go to sleep at night and then we wake up and we can see again. That's usually the mindset that we try to take into this gospel passage. Oh, he was blind. He could see. That's wonderful. He must be a happy man. No, when we're thinking like that, we're thinking, my eyes are closed and now they're open. No, it is completely different. When his eyes were opened, for the first time, he is brought into an entirely new world, similar to a child going from the womb to here on earth. It is completely different. This man, for the first time, sees the shape of a human person, sees colors, sees life in 3 dimensions. But the first face he sees is that of Jesus Christ, the face of his Creator. Imagine now, him walking is not like it was before, where his feet just move and he trusts in those around him. He trusts that where he is going, he will eventually get there. And that at some point, the person he needs to meet, eventually their voice will come into where he can hear. But now all that has changed. He has been given a new life. And the way that he sees reality is now completely changed. And so now with this blind man, the Pharisees have no authority whatsoever. That's why he can talk down to them, because now he knows more about the world than the Pharisees. Because of this blind man doesn't care about the laws, about healing or not healing on the Sabbath. He doesn't care about that. He just knows that he was blind, that his reality was one way, and now it is another. When we die, if we are given the gift to enter the heavenly embrace, we will be like this blind man, where the reality will be revealed to us, and it will be unlike anything we ever could have imagined. But for us here now on earth, we can see. And so chances are, if we were to identify as anybody, it would most likely be the Pharisees. If someone comes to you with a miracle, we would probably be like the Pharisees. Okay, hold on. Did you go to a doctor? Did you get a CAT scan or an MRI or whatever doctors needed? We got to figure this out. There's got to be an explanation for it. Would we truly receive someone saying, I prayed to God and now I can see? We might even be tempted to say, well, that's great, but you still might want to go see a doctor to make sure it's not something else. There's that little bit of doubt that can always creep up on the miracle and wonder of what God can do in life. And so this week, there is a part of each one of us that is blind. We cannot deny it. And it is blind because we have been given so much to see. We have been given so much access to information, to what's going on in the world. We technically can see more than any other time in history, but yet being able to see all the exterior things of the world, all the technology we've developed, the ability to wear glasses, the ability to walk outside in the sun and those glasses just automatically tint, all of that has caused us to rely so much on what is on the exterior of us that we forget about the blindness within ourselves. And the only way that our eyes can be opened from the inside is by the sacraments and by a life of prayer. And they both go together. And so let us spend a good 20, 30 minutes this week asking the Lord to make ourselves aware of what we are blind to. What we are blind to our own struggles, our own sins that we struggle with, a blindness to our neighbor, whatever it may be. Ask the Lord to see with the newness of the blind man. And let's be invited into a deeper reality of the life that we can see and experience. Because I can't relate going from a complete darkness to being able to see colors, faces, the human body. What are all the sounds that he heard throughout his life now have a physical presence? Prayer offers the same reality, one that we can't fathom, and one that we should yearn for, and our eyes should be opened.